think we should be all set. With not Elden Ring.
Say that.
Now I'm gonna start picking cards.
There's several letters in common there.
There, it is true, yes. No D, though.
No. Place it with a T.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, Elton Ring. Don't know what we'll be drafting today. I guess I never really do. But we will be drafting.
Will we though?
Yes. Well, that already has Flying Deadly and
Wow.
Quick Draw.
Wow.
That's a pretty good start for us.
With Eavesdrop pasted on it as well, right?
Basically, although I also have to discard.
Ah, right, each player, right.
Now, granted, if I don't have, if this is the only card in my hand, then yeah, that is basically Eavesdrop. But it is not quite as ridiculous as Eavesdrop. That said, that stat line alone is completely ridiculous, so I will probably be grabbing it. Caloric Mix and Eavesdrop are both obviously very good. As is Graviturgis. Beyond that, about it in terms of stuff I'm like woo about. But I'm pretty woo about this.
Look up all embezzlers, bonkers.
I could certainly just slam my butt into Shadow. Seems nice. Whoever went before me took a pack that was, or took an uncommon over this guy. A hearthy boy. But I'm pretty sure we're pretty happy to take an Embezzler. The second Stone Scar's tome that's been offered to us.
I know, right?
Ooh, okay. So, I mean, there's another Cabal Embezzler. There's also both of these. Cloud Scraper is Towering Terrazon that also deletes a flyer from the game.
Yeah.
And Inscribe on top of that. Like,
Yeah.
it is one of the best cards, like, in the format as a whole.
Take that Cloud Scraper then?
So I'm probably going to grab that. I mean, it's good to see both this and Saddled Serasaur. Like, whoever's in front of us had two cards they wanted more than both. Like, two very good time cards and a very good shadow card. So, like, we'll see where we're going with this. There's a Searing Fist here. Vermin's Feast is probably a little better than I originally thought, partly because of the Inscribe. It is still tough, but at least you can use it on offense. Snow Peak Eagle is obviously quite good.
Yeah, very good card.
I may take the Searing Fist because it is nutty,
Nice
and
Searing
we don't
Fist.
really know what we're gonna be yet. Hoof Stomp's really good. The shadow cards, like this one's okay. And there is Talk the Alarming.
Talk the Alarming. Well, I mean, Hoof Stomp seems pretty good.
I like Hoof Stomp. Like, having Hoof Stomp and Searing Fist, it's kind of hard to go wrong. Wow, all of the shadow just completely dried up after two fantastic picks.
Yeah, and I guess the third that would have been really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that there's anything.
No,
like,
Unseen
standalone.
Marksman and Graviturgist are both pretty good. Like, I suppose that Graviturgist is technically in colors that we have seen
I
so
would take
far,
it,
and it's
yeah.
like, Tower Lookout's fine, partly because I need twos so badly. That's right, Pathfinder and Ice Over are also good. I'm good with Graviturgist. 1/4 Flying Endurance is a pretty good stat line. Underwing or Soul Feast is an interesting question. We're doing okay on 5s, although we don't quite know what our colors are.
Yeah.
Soul Feast is obviously more removal, although we are
Yeah, fine.
pretty okay on removal
Better
right
removal.
now. Certainly a weird one. We're gonna end up in 3 colors. I can feel it coming. So he's a bit weird solely because he is a 2-cost that has double influence. If he was 1 influence, I'd be like all in. The only thing is, like, the only other card that we'd even really consider taking was Mature Avarax, and I'm not sure that I care particularly much about that either.
Yep. I just
So, he is a 2-drop, as long as we have 2, those. And they're pretty easy Graviturgist there. Penske's not good, but there's a small chance he can go in the deck.
I just really want you to have all the Graviturgist. Ooh, hello.
So 6 cost, 2/3 flying, summon, pay 2 6/6 sentinels, entomb, kill all sentinels. Okay, so it is a ridiculous amount of stats, but a very but like with a very weak win
like
con or
super torchable.
Yeah.
You know, torches and we know it's searing
but
fist
yes,
or
that kind of damage is very easy to find in this
3
format. That kind of
easy.
removal. Like, this is a very removal-heavy format, and 3 health is not necessarily going to get you through that. A lot of interesting cards here. I mean,
Banner.
The banner exists. Battle-wise Elite here. Bannerman is over here. We don't have a huge amount of Inscribe. In fact, the only like good Inscribe card we have here is really Cloud Scraper. So like it's
Bannerman.
Worth consideration. I definitely like Battle-wise Elite a good amount because like it's a bear with Valor.
Yeah.
A 3/3 on offense is like pretty fucking good that early. I guess out of all of these, it probably is between Battle-wise and Bannerman. Bannerman, like we've definitely got a lot of maybe cards and like a lot of influence going on.
Yeah.
So that might just end up being a pretty nice pick. And you don't really see him that often.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people just grab him. There's a Battle-wise Elite.
You definitely see more of them.
Up against Daring Maneuver.
Oh boy, so there's Daring Maneuver here. There's Noble Firemane, which has been a pretty good card for a long time. Sentinel Sifter is also pretty decent as a win con. Even Nectar Snare Lotus is pretty decent. It's not like amazing, but there's a lot of types of pretty decent killers out there. Even Healer's Cloak is kind of worth consideration. I am a little bit lower on Daring Maneuver than I used to be. It's oftentimes the 2 doesn't make as much of a difference in this format as it has in the past. Granted, I think if we're playing a Praxis deck, which we're certainly leaning towards at the moment, it is definitely worth consideration. Like, it definitely does work in that kind of deck. Nurturing Sentinel's quite good.
Timer any good?
No.
No. Oh god, no. That's the one that
That's
plays
the awful one.
-2, -1. Ew, gross.
It's so bad.
Ew.
I hate it.
Ew. So it's probably the Sentinel?
Yeah, I feel pretty alright with that. Kind of helps me get up to stuff like Cloud Scraper, even Graviturgist. Pull stuff out of your deck and then acts as a pretty decent blocker afterwards. Like, it's quite a good card. I don't really care about, like, anything here.
And luckily for us, it was not what we saw in our rare slot. They got passed to us.
Yes. Which of these is less bad? Pyre Elemental has definitely been nerfed since the last time I played this game. It used to be a lot better. I think it used to cost 4 less if you had played like 2 spells or something like that, and that was like really easy to do, and then you get a 2-cost 4/3 with charge. So I can understand why it was nerfed, but like it is so much worse like this. Man, there is none time here. Potentially take Heavy Axe. Anything else that's too exciting?
Yeah. You want to take a Talk Tick, right?
That's nice. I would love a Talk Tick.
Talk Tick?
Few things in my life would give me greater joy
adore a Talk
than a Talk Tick. I could take it. Or I could take a 1/1 with an actual keyword.
1/1 deadly. Hi!
Boy, to be double fair,
good,
like Valkyrie Militant is like the only decent card in this.
Those are all terrible.
Oof. I feel sorry for whoever's been drafting this pack up till now. Especially because I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna pip this one. Wow.
Wow. I'll take a farming cub, I guess.
I guess I should have been playing Hoover.
They're not really. They weren't very good cards, although there is a Quicksilver Mirror, so.
Woo! Oh man, I love Auric Sentry so much. I do love Xenon Obelisk though.
I sure do.
So that makes Nurturing Sentinel way better because now we've got
that's
something that we would love to ramp up to. So yeah, it's a pretty easy horn. I'm so sad I haven't really had a chance to play Auric Sentry in draft. It's actually like one of my favorite set 1 cards to draft with because I feel like people like really underestimated it back in the day. But yeah, it's a pretty easy horn. Alright, Rebel Sharpshooter's pretty good. Our 3s are actually not hugely full right now either, so like I feel pretty happy with that.
Might end up cutting a
Yes, almost certainly. We are. I have kind of been drafting this as a Praxis deck for a while now.
Yeah.
There is a torch there. I was gonna say Seek Power, but you
Torch.
can't say no to torch in draft.
Nurturing Sentinel? Or...
Yeah, another Nurturing Sentinel's pretty much fine. Better than most of this other stuff, basically. And again, this deck is gonna want to get up to Horn of Plenty, Cloud Scraper, even Thunderwing. Like, it's got shit it wants to do higher up. I do love this Inquisitive Alchemist.
Inquisitive Alchemist is very, very good.
It's also, if I get the Horn of Plenty out with the Nurturing Sentinels, they turn into 2/5, which is like one of the most awkward stat lines in existence.
Amberlock, draw a card, then pay for a draw card.
I do love to pay 4 to draw a card. Interesting question. I like Arachnodon Egg, especially with Nurturing Sentinel. I'll be able to pull the power for it, even in like kind of later game areas. Fresh Recruit's pretty whatever, as is. And Scorpion we already have one of. I feel like an Arachnodon Egg's better than a second Scorpion. Kind of a weird one, but Dusttooth Brawler is not the worst, especially with Horn of Plenty. Agile Strike. Not quite amazing. I was thinking it was like that, was it like Enov's Fury or something like that, which is the give it quick draw. That said, is there anything else here that I would want more? Core Scavenger's kind of always been bad. If it costs 6, it would be amazing. 7, it's like not there. Spear Frenzy Warrior is a weird one. I always have trouble valuing a card like that, but I guess a 5/4 swinging in is like, it's gonna cause some problems regardless. Not the worst. It's probably better than Agile Strike, at least. I feel like I'm perfectly happy with another Heavy Axe. Xenon Banner is interesting. Like, you're definitely gone. You're definitely gone.
I think we don't really need the spider with...
Yeah. He's like kind of a consideration in a splash case. It's funny, I want both of... Like, I would take either of these, but it's like they're both double colors.
Shadow, yeah.
Which is a little awkward. I guess it is like, you know, this could potentially open the door for me being able to take these two. Whereas another Heavy Axe is just solid, you know. Amazing on Nurturing Sentinel and Rebel Sharpshooter. Fantastic on Graviturgist. Quite good even on like Battle-Wise Elite. Scorpion. Let's go on Scorpion. So it is like, it's interesting. Like, I think that this is kind of where I decide if I want to have any chance of doing these. And I will say, we're on pack 3 right now. We could just commit to Praxis.
Yeah,
and hope that we don't feel too bad about the shadow cards left behind.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's tough, because it's like, you know, both of these are so much more of a difference maker than something like Heavy Axe, but, like, they also might warp the deck far enough that it becomes awkward to play, and that is kind of the difficulty of playing 3 colors in draft. I just tend not to do it. I have any units with stealth.
The Nurturing Sentinel.
Oh yeah, Nurturing. That's actually. Oh wow, that's a really good turn 2 move, huh? I like kind of forget.
Only the big hit.
Oh Jesus. Battlefront Dasher or Calderan Captain.
Ooh.
That's quite tough, especially considering, like, I've got quite a bit of decent high end here already, and, like, my low end is okay. Not the best, but it's also not bad. Interesting. Like, it's so hard to say no to Caldarian Captain.
Caldarian Captain is very good.
But, you know, and it is like, Battlefront Dasher is also really strong. Oh, this is actually quite tough. Because it's like, I could see another Caldarian Captain. Obviously, they're the less rare card. But, like, if anyone is drafting even slightly fire in front of me, it gets yoinked immediately. And I may never see another one here.
Oh, grab it then.
I know. Lotus Instructor's really good.
Yep.
Not going to have a lot of Inscribe unless a bunch of it comes in.
Well,
late
another
on.
Searing Fist.
That is another
so
Searing Fist, which I feel pretty good about. First unit is reckless when it dies. Create and draw a power burst to treasure trove. Fascinating. Those given enemy unit reckless things are generally pretty bad. That's a weird one though, because that's like a lot of card advantage when it dies. But it's not Searing Fist. I think this is important to mention. Another Thunderwing is fine.
All the time is gone.
Has ceased to be.
Top end is just all dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Warning shot.
Pretty happy with that, especially over yet another Thunderwing.
All dragons.
I'm not sure we've seen a single time in the back end of this, which is really funny.
Which is really bad.
A little unfortunate, but it's not like there were some... I don't feel too amazing about the shadow cards that were offered.
No.
You know, they were fine, but they were not incredible. But I think the way that things are, it's pretty easy for me to cut these.
Take your 4 Thunderwings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been playing Eternal on and off for like the last 2 months, I guess, on Fridays.
Accelerate?
Hello, Accelerate, yes. About to check our invokes.
Right.
That's the one. I was gonna type invoke too. Alright, so yeah, we've got like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
This may or may not get cut, but I may keep it just like get an extra inscribe in here.
Yep,
Like that is a power, effectively, and we're basically currently on track to play an 18 power deck.
Yeah.
The point where I might play I might actually play 16 power.
Do we kill a Thunderwing?
Anyway, we have 4 Thunderwings. We have a lot of other 5 drops.
Kill that Dangerbot.
And yeah, Dangerbot probably. We've actually got a decent start with like the 1s and our 2s. Like 6 of these feels pretty okay. We are surprisingly low on 3s for this format, which is wacky to think about. So I'm probably cutting 2 cards here. Erectodon Egg is also a unit, and it's like a decent sized one. Like my early game is definitely the biggest problem that I have right now. I feel like I'm pretty okay. Like Spear Frenzy Warrior is definitely the worst of the 4 drops that I have here. Take a look at the influence.
I'm 1.
Yes. Yeah, you need a double. Do I have any double fire?
No.
No. I have 2 time, 1 fire.
Yes.
10 and 9 sources, and then 11 and 10. 10 and 11 of each. That's probably what I want, especially because, like, my only double is Cloud Scraper, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's already an Inscribe. So yeah, we are actually surprisingly good on the power curve. So this is basically the kind of deck where if my opponent puts down something large enough, we are going to lose because we have no way to deal with it. If they don't, I think we have a pretty good chance. That's kind of what it comes down to. So there's 1 more card to cut, and I'm not totally certain what. Like, I really like the Thunderwing with the Caldarian Captain and the Horn of Plenty. Like, they could get big and get around things. It's possible that it's the Dusthoof Brawler. Obviously it does threaten to end games, but it also does die relatively easy. Like, out of all my 5s, it's easily the worst. So maybe I just cut that and say that this deck can move fast enough that it's not going to need something like Dusthoof at the very end to be able to push through that last bit of damage.
You do the Thunder Wings.
Or even the Thunder Wing is just better than it at doing that, because of course they have Overwhelm. They have the same amount of health, but they're in the air, so they can't just get trash blocked in the same way. And again, they benefit both of these cards benefit massively from Horn of Plenty and Calderon Captain, but I think Thunderwing probably does it better. So like, I think I would rather have 3 Thunderwings and 0 Dusthoof Brawlers than 1 and 2.
All right.
I think this deck is kind of what I want, and it's like,
we check out some hands.
yes, this could get some bad beats. I can definitely see this deck having some issues. That's quite a good hand.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely see this deck having problems getting all the way through. But if it gets off the ground, I think it's going to be in really good shape. Fine.
It's actually pretty good.
That does work.
Yeah,
like,
Valor,
Warning Shot
Strike,
basically plays the, if it needs to be power to get up to these, it can. If I need to hit a threat, it can. That's the amazing thing about Inscribe.
Yep.
Yeah, let's give this a shot.
Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
Like, this is one of the... I mean, honestly, anytime I play Praxis, I feel like it's not entirely in my hands because, like, sometimes I will get opponents who just do not have any answers for me, and other times my opponents will play answers, or will play things that I, like, know for certain that my deck does not have a way to beat. Like, when I play against Praxis, a lot of the time, I feel like I want to keep this so bad.
I know, it's got the horn.
It has the horn, it has a lot of stuff. It needs power so badly.
Yes.
And I don't know if this is enough to hold it. I'm gonna give it a shot. If we lose, we lose. This is kind of a science game of me being like, is this a playable hand? But yeah, like when I play Praxis against people playing Praxis, I feel like I have the clearest possible win con of if I put something big enough down, they just can't do anything about it. And granted, Hoof Stomp is really good way to go against that. Warning Shot, please. Well, I did ask for it. And that needs to die badly enough that I will not play Warning Shot as power.
Yep.
There are things with 1 health that I would probably save for with this hand. I don't think I can afford to in this case.
A world of options. Choose your path.
I'm kind of debating it. Probably want to play a little slow. That's a pretty easy trade. Yeah, at this point, my plan is just Outlast. I don't really have the aggro.
They're stuck on 2.
They are stuck on 2. We can kind of just sit here and stare at each other angrily.
Until one of you gets power.
Until someone finds power, yes. Like, I'm kind of like, do I just trade this next turn? Especially with the Searing Fist in hand, because, like, even if they find their 3rd power, I can Searing Fist.
Behold the cosmos.
I don't think I need 4 damage.
They're stuck on 2. They're... We got 1 more power and we get a horn, you know?
Behold the cosmos.
Behold!
Oh, they got their 3rd.
Shooting will continue until morale improves. They found their power.
Yeah.
Let's hope that we are fast enough that it doesn't matter. There was a decent case to be made for Searing Fisting that, just to see. Don't care.
Right.
So, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, what? Hell, if anything, it's given me a really good hoof stomp target. I think you have bigger problems.
Well, they couldn't hit the Warform because he has overwhelm.
Yeah, Jesus.
He
The
has
text of
overwhelm.
hoof stomp fucks me up, like, a lot. Alright. We're not quite at lethal, but we're pretty fucking close.
Oh. Even if they kill your units, they're owned.
Yeah. And this is why I kept this hand. Now, granted, part of it was that they didn't have a functional
Yeah,
hand,
they,
but you know.
Yeah, they got stuck
Yo!
on too. Yeah.
And this is why we hold on to Hoofstone. Alright, that's how this deck wins games. The opponent stalls on power.
Yeah. I was gonna say. The opponent gets more stuck than we do.
I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you. Yeah, Praxis is really interesting. Like, it's very straightforward to play. It is definitely not as tricksy as a lot of other factions, but in a fun way. I like playing Praxis a lot. Got shit like this guy.
Yeah.
Heart of the Vault.
I fucking hate that guy.
Oh yeah. Praxis needs to be really powerful because it doesn't have any sort of tricks. Probably not.
No.
This is nowhere near as powerful, and like the start of it is like
no.
pretty iffy. I could have a 3-2 on
Yeah.
turn 2. Wow.
It's like the other hand you kept because it had the horn. It had
Yes,
like,
it had the upside. This is fine.
Yeah, it's got 2 inscribes.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, you're correct.
Yep.
And like it's gonna play this as an inscribe, it's gonna play the Bannerman, Nurturing Sentinel, and that'll be good.
Yep.
Gonna have a Towering Terrors on.
It sure will.
Yeah, this immediately gets inscribed. Don't really care about that. Interesting. I don't think I need to play a power card, like an active power on 4, at least not currently. Hell, I'll actually be able to.
Yeah, sure.
Man, it's Praxis Day. Hello.
Same hat. Same hat.
Same
I
hat.
pledge my loyalty.
Time.
You need 2 time and that's it. I mean, you have inscribes for that, but might as well get it here.
And hell, if I keep pulling power, then I actually just get to hold this as a real card. The power of Inscribe. Man, they're gonna feel real bad when my Nurturing Sentinel comes out. Love to cheat.
Ooh.
Choose your path.
What if she paid for herself? You gonna do Searing Fist my stealth unit?
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like for the moment I'm just chilling and grilling.
I'm really stuck on 3.
What if my opponents just
no.
never pull power? Hypothetically. Asking for a friend.
What does Cloud Scraper do other than?
He pulls, he deletes a flying unit. Like,
Yeah,
put
yeah.
a card on the bottom of the deck
Yes,
is
yes,
the
yes.
actual hardest form of removal in the game.
Yes, because they
There
can't
is
draw it
no
back
way
from
to
the
get
void.
back
Yeah.
a card that is on bottom of the deck, like, in the game, basically. No practical way, at least.
Behold
Aw.
the cosmos.
Thanks.
Behold. Yeah, have fun with that. Have fun not being able to do anything next turn.
That guy is going away.
Sure is. You love to turbo murder. Took on 3 debt and you're not even playing defense. They are up to 5. Hoof Stomp is at least not a danger.
I Hoof Stomp.
Ooh. Alright, so do I Hoof Stomp this, get 4 damage to their face, and then fucking slam in?
Ooh.
I feel like the answer is yes, because like I really do want Hoof Stomp to be hitting face most of the time.
Yeah. And you have Searing Spin. Oh.
You want to trade 2 dudes for a Bannerman, I am into it. Kinda have to. I am into it. Like, that's just more blockers that don't get to block the 6/5.
Now you have a Silence and a Searing Fist in hand.
Hmm? This is kind of the ideal.
I didn't want to murder, it's not the 1/1.
Who are you gonna Hoof Stomp? I mean, if you did have Hoof Stomp, it would be the 6/5.
Soldiers ready!
Hey!
Oh, you're gonna blast her! We didn't take her for a reason. This is the reason. Oh, it kills your sentinels too. That's fine. It's just a 1/4.
Like, do I Heavy Axe?
Oh yeah, heavy axe on.
It's a little bit ballsy, but it does threaten lethal in the air.
Lethal next turn.
Yeah. And it's not like they're playing Primal, which is the faction with the board wipes. There are problems that Praxis is just kind of practically unable to deal with.
Harsh rule us. Something in the air we can silence.
Behold the cosmos.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so you know. Just putting it out there.
Oh. Nope.
Nope.
Just like, do you have something?
They didn't get a pause in the previous one, so like if they did, it would have to be something really bad, like Envelop. Alright, just play against people with Praxis decks that are having worse power problems than ours. We've established a winning formula.
Sure, that's a good dinosaur right there. Once again, I only use 2 power.
This is kind of tough, because it's like, this is a really good
decent.
starting hand.
Yeah.
It can definitely sustain us for a bit, but we would need to A, draw bombs, and B, draw power. And I'm not totally sure if that's it. I mean, Horn of Plenty is the good half of Xenon Obelisk, is the thing. I don't know for certain what the correct answer is here. I'm totally okay with that, though. Because this has a bootstraps me up to 4 power and can play this as a power in the flip slot. Play something with 1 health, please. Thank you. Ah, you're so nice, Mitch. I get way more value out of Fire Main Cub than I should, and I don't know why. It's not a good card.
It always gets value against me, which really annoys me.
Yes. I feel like this is a format that's pretty heavy with 1 health units. Everyone is playing Praxis tonight. I don't get it. I mean, it's good. It's just surprising.
Everyone's saw your move.
We've seen 4 decks, and they are all Praxis.
Back in or back or.
A weird one. Hello, Searing Fist target. Yeah, Nurturing Sentinel's really good. I guess in retrospect, I probably should have attacked in there. I guess I was kind of thinking, like, you know, maybe they won't attack in if I don't do this because the bit and the stealth. But it's also, like, it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. For sure. Draw a card off that. He might be worth silencing. When he attacks in, they get a power burst. And he has Valor. He is a shit. It is sort of like, it does kind of slow me down. Silence him, and it's like, do I care that much that they have an extra power if they've got this? It's tough. I have trouble valuing him in draft. There are decks that love him.
Well, next turn you can play both it and the Nurturing Sentinel, potentially.
Yeah, and that might actually be the way. Like, I give them one power burst. Doesn't feel too bad. I might put down the Lotus Instructor depending on what they do. And buff her up.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like, they did have to give up a power to be able to attack in like that, or to be able to draw a card like that. So this turn shouldn't let them put down something too big. I'm glad I got to show off why Cloud Scraper is legitimately one of the best cards under rare in the format.
Yeah.
Like, that was literally the move.
If we could draw him, that would be nice.
Oh,
Well,
I'm totally fine with that.
that's
You spent
fine.
3 to
It's now a 4/3.
turn it into a, like, to make it so that I wasn't forced to give you an okayish trade, you know? Like, hell, I can actually block with her now if I want. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the question now is, do I silence him? Probably. Praxis doesn't tend to have too many things that I'd care to silence, like, or die a lot of the time. It's a weird one.
I guess if they attack, they get the power burst.
Yes,
I was just wondering if you want.
It's a weird one, because it is also, like, yeah, if they attack in, they can potentially, like, get a thing. But they also might not attack in.
Yeah, they're probably not attacking.
So I probably actually do hold it. I'd be okay giving them a power burst to get a good trade on this. They do know that I have a spell that I pointed directly at him. So, like, you know, they were able to see that. Yes, you can see when someone's highlighting your units or even, like, you know, really pointing at them. Yeah, I'm going to do it now.
And now we do that.
I kind of get everything out of that, because it's like, I could have gotten a good trade out of it, but then I just get to see. Alright, so we're thinning our deck down. Ideally, we now just pull the Horn of Plenty and the Caldarian Captain one after another. Alright, so I think I just make this big and slam.
Just a little more.
They need to have something in hand to be able to do it. Ah, they actually don't, because but it is still a 2-for-1 block, so I'm fine with that.
Yes.
They have none board now. Because yeah, she was silenced.
Yeah, they silenced her.
Fucking weird. What if? No. The nice thing about Hoof Stomp is because it has Overwhelm, you almost never feel bad using it as removal.
Yep.
Because, like, anything that's wasted, you know, if you hit a 1 health unit for it, that's 4 damage to their face. That's huge.
Choose your side.
I will not give them the trade they want. I will instead just let them hit my face. Eventually, I will block them with the 1/1. Okay, now we're kind of... This is gonna get interesting. Ye, and it's difficult to overstate this. Aha. Okay, so you have a Molten Fist for one of these two. Doing some thinking.
If we could get one of our top ends.
I know, we have
like,
so many big cards, and they
have
basically would all help us. Hey, that's one of them.
wings. Yeah, we have one of those. Okay, that you shouldn't have done that.
They had to.
She's reckless, of course, right.
That said, we got the torch.
Right, she has to attack
Yes,
in, and
yes.
it's like, but
Yeah, no, I totally get you
we
because
actually
yes.
won without that. Yeah,
We didn't even need the torch. We would have killed here
Yes.
regardless. Woo! All right. Will Praxis Knight continue?
No.
Hey, you never know until we see them play a card. Oh shit! If we pull a power, this is amazing.
Yeah.
We do have the Searing Fist. Like, the big
Yes.
thing about this is that as
Yes.
soon as we hit 3,
Yes, we
we
hit
have
4,
automatically
we
hit
hit
4,
4,
and we
yeah.
get our whole deck. I think I keep this.
Yeah.
It's scary, and there is a chance this blows up on us, but I think that this is a winning hand as long as one of the cards in here is power. We are also starting on the enemy turn, so we do get an extra draw out of this. Everybody, hold your breath. It's actually pretty good.
Helps us hold off. Praxis?
Boo!
Oh, boo! Boo!
Boo! Sure. Is a reasonable thing to do, and we do actually have an answer for it.
Oh, so we
That's
torch
unfortunate.
And a Rakdodon egg, yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
I miss a shake, but
No-
yeah,
no
it's
way
not
of
like I could.
knowing,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's not like I'm psychic. I guess technically this is the better play because Torch is not fast. But yeah, I was not.
That
I did
was-
not
that
remember
was the
Rakdodon
one
egg as
card
is
that
my thing.
punished
But
you,
yes,
yes.
the literal one card, and it just means that wonderful. All right, we are in business. But yeah, it's an interesting thing because, like, yeah, in perfect play, I would have played the time first because I was considering every single thing that's in my deck. Boink.
right, what? Ooh.
Here's an interesting question. I feel like it might be Lotus Instructor to buff this up and make
Make
it
it
so that
2/5?
yeah.
Just a little
It becomes a pretty good blocker in this case. It also becomes a pretty good target for, whatchamacallit, call to hit. But, you know, they got it, they got it. Yep. Right.
Nothing? Wait, we have...
I'm like, do I play the Heavy Axe on the 4-3 and force them to trade the, Brawler? Or choose not to, in which case I get 6 damage.
You trade the Brawler anyway.
I mean, I'd probably try to Searing Fist it next turn if I can. It is slightly awkward, of course, because then it means I can't play this 4 here. So it's like, there's an interesting series of plays here. I feel like I'll offer this to them if only because it either gets me 6 damage or it makes my next turn a little bit less awkward. And, like, I would take either of those. They're gonna get 5 damage on my face, but at least I get to blow that up next turn. Not have a pause. That's good. Sure.
We are now at 5, and we get something there. Yep. That's nice.
Yeah, I kind of have to do this because...
And more the 4. Yeah.
That is interesting, actually, because it would save me a damage. And, of course, a 5-3 is less difficult to kill than a 4-4. It also means that I get a pretty free shot in here. If they can remove this, I'm in a bit of trouble, but I feel like if they could, they would have removed the other one.
Thank you for your gift.
Sure. That's definitely pretty dangerous for me.
Well, we do have 3 in the air we can climb down.
Yes. Yeah, I've basically created a giant wall on the ground.
Thank you for your gifts.
And I think I have to give them the Soul Collectors here. Only because I'm not sure I can take 5 damage. It is tough, because it's like those two turning into 3/3s is a little scary, and I'm not sure what the better line of play is here. I do at least get to block them with this guy. But we are threatening lethal next turn. God bless.
Yep.
If they don't put something in the air, we do win.
Yeah, we just, we let that happen.
Behold the cosmos.
Woo! Alright! Alright, that was real good.
That was pretty good.
That was very good. We had to have another one of those and another Drake
Yes.
in hand.
Oh god,
so-
like every draw we had just made the sky race better and better. And that is the kind of thing about the top end of this deck. It's actually kind of nutty. Like, these dudes definitely threaten to end the game, and like these guys are a quick burst of power that then plays really good defense. All right, well, we finally saw a deck that wasn't Praxis.
I haven't seen our captain yet.
We have not. No, we did at least get the
Oh.
horn once.
Oh, people are playing Eternal tonight.
I guess so.
Oh man.
I'm gonna keep those.
Yeah, I mean.
We're going
yeah.
first. I might even hold the Firemane Cub here to try to get more value.
Sure.
It's not like a 1/1's doing me much. It could blow up in my face, but you know.
Alright, so yeah, we play the time
Yes.
first if you're not playing Cub.
Yes. On. Play something with 1 health.
Egg!
Fair enough.
They also Praxis.
It's gonna be really fucking funny when we see the fire.
Nope.
Bad.
Oh, there's our Calderian captain. We just
Yeah, we
need a
finally
power
found
now.
him. Yahaha. They'll probably hold the egg, right? Or the cub, right?
We've honestly got nothing to do on turn 4 anyway.
Yeah,
So...
it's so weird.
And we can play it and Searing Fist if they're really nasty.
Yep. Staring each other down.
Alright, come on, 5th power now.
Would be nice. All right.
Yeah, yep.
That is troublesome for me. Like, they're definitely
There's 5th power.
dangerous. Alrighty.
4/4.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Calm
I need
down.
a body, and it will turn into a bear eventually. So,
Yes.
and like, if they play another one down on it, that's a little sad, but only a little. This has the potential to get scary. My Calderian Captain will be able to block that,
Yes.
but it's they're gonna get a lot of damage in
I don't.
on the way. And if they have removal for the captain, I am in big trouble. I am in big trouble.
Yeah.
Alright, hope he comes back soon.
Alright, Captain, head up. Come on back. Right away. Come on. Egging the horn.
That at least
Lots of
deters them
2/2.
attacking in, yeah. And I mean, they could remove it, but...
Yeah, well,
We're
yeah.
probably about to get fucking slammed.
They got a hell of a draw.
They sure got a hand, yes. It is difficult to describe this as anything other than a hand.
They just fucking mooring.
Some days, it do be like that.
Just a little more.
I guess.
Yeah, the 5/4 blocks the 5/5. Not particularly matter, though. Holy shit!
Yep. Oh wow, that was a
They
curb
did to
stomp.
us what we
That was
have
a
been doing to
curb
other
stomp.
people.
Yeah, they curb stomped us.
This is what has been happening to everyone we've been playing against thus far.
curved so
They did
nicely.
good. Oh yeah, that hand
Wow.
was perfect. Hard to disagree.
Can't even be mad at that. They just rocked. Oh
Sometimes
boy.
it do be like that.
Here we go. Keep getting these 2 power hands.
I don't hate this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's got a lot of early stuff. It needs to pull 2 things for Egg to come out, but it will. If this doesn't get power, I die, but what's new? That seems to be the way of this deck. I'm also going second, which is, I think, kind of preferred here. Huh? There's power.
Yep.
I probably play it as such, especially because
Oh, yeah.
literally everything I
Okay.
have is 1.
Definitely play it as
Hey, play something with 1 health,
Hey,
please.
Praxis. Same hat. Same hat.
Same
Oh, I guess
hat.
maybe not.
Or at least gonna wait on it. The Scorpion
Scorpio.
definitely goes down, yes. Decent odds we still play
Yes,
this
because it'll get the Erectodon.
It gets the Erectodon and it gets us closer to Caldera Captain. Like, unless this is also a sigil, next turn I Alright, fine. Alright, at this point I am debating just throwing down the Fire Main Cub.
They have something.
Yeah. I do at least keep the Vow of Silence up, but honestly, I'd probably still hold on to this until this is a sigil.
Yep. Yep.
It's a weird one, because, like, outside of the first turns, it feels a bit weird to just hold this guy up, but at the same time, he is kind of, like, warning shot, but he's body behind, so, like, it's weird. I don't totally know how to play with Fire Main Cub, because I want to get that value, and a 1-1 on the board doesn't do that much. Sure.
Good for power.
They need power bad, yeah. Not get it. Ooh.
Ooh.
It does mean that they dug, is the big thing.
Yes, they did. They dig down, so they're more likely to draw power.
But at the same time,
We put
this is where I
we put a
slam.
Bannerman.
Pledge my life.
Doesn't
We
matter.
just throw
Yes.
the club down now, yeah.
Now that the Caldera Captain is coming out next turn, another token on the board is worth way more than 1 potential
Oh,
damage.
Drew that power. Oh man, Horn of Plenty.
Now Tane, I could get into.
Out comes the Horn.
All right, so now the shoe is on the other foot. Yeah, and this is why you put the horn out first. Because they would have hit that on Captain and made me pay it again.
The desert gives me strength.
Oh god, thanks for that timely power, because we can just blast him and then throw down a captain and then slam in. Slam.
So yeah, we basically did to them what the last person did to us.
Little bit.
This deck is schmoovin'.
This deck is good.
And that's the thing about Praxis. Like, it is very straightforward, and that means that you are either gonna win or you are gonna lose. And I'm pretty happy with how this deck came out, and the part where we did just commit to Praxis. I was pretty sure we were getting up there.
Yeah,
like,
we really didn't see. We got those very good shadow cards at the
Yes,
start, and
right
then
at
it
the
just
start, and
kind of
then
dried up.
there wasn't that much else for us in it. Whereas, like, time was even kind of cut, like,
Yes,
a bit, but
very
Fire
late
kept
on
having
as well,
pretty
yeah.
okay packs. And they gave us a bunch of those Graviturgists, like, way towards the end of the first pack.
Yeah.
That definitely helped. Like, I'm not sure how many decks I've played in Draft that have this kind of, like, aerial finishing power. Because it's like the 3 Thunderwings and the 2, I think, Graviturgists are like, that is so much damage to be threatening, you know? Even if he only gets the 4 damage across in the sky on the turn you play him, and it slows down your next turn, that's a lot to consider when your opponent, you know, like, this deck just wants to get free damage. We've used Hoof Stomp for face damage a bunch of times already, and, like, that is what it is in this deck to do. Clear away one last blocker and blow their face up. Especially because 2 different factions have a 1/1 for 1 with Deadly on it. That is, both of them are cards that actually see a decent amount of play in this format and can be effective blockers, often against time, because time tends to have trouble with that kind of thing. Having Hoof Stomp to both kill it and also do 4 damage to face is, like, absolutely massive.
The spicy one.
Alright,
Okay.
this is... Oh, God,
It
fuck.
actually does have 2 inscribes,
I know,
but one
I
of them
am-
is the Cloud
One-
Scraper.
I mean, we are
It does
okay
have
with
the horn.
playing him as a Inscribe, and the fact that we've got
Yeah.
Graviturgist into Horn and
Lotus
Lotus Instructor
Instructor,
and
yeah,
Searing
yeah.
Fist early, I think I'm going to go for it.
Yep.
We are going second, which means we get an extra chance to draw power. I will play him later, like turn 3.
Yes, we'll probably play the
But
Val
we will
first,
play
yeah.
him as power. Like, I will not... This is a good enough hand that I don't care that Cloud Scraper is no longer in my deck. Oh, that's good. That's really, really good.
I guess it's up to the horn. Well, not quite. 1 away. But I guess it's to 4. Oh,
That gets us up to the horn.
That gets us up to horn.
I'm almost certainly just going to play this as power now.
Yeah, we have Searing Fist, so we want to get up to 5.
Yep.
Okay, do you blast?
I'm debating it. I don't remember all the things that it can be in these factions.
Yeah.
Like, there's only, I think, 1 unit with stealth that doesn't die at 3 cost, or at least that I'm aware of in the format. I'm happy that I did that.
Choose your path.
Do we play the Time Sigil and then the Graviturgist?
Yes, I think so.
Probably another one. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Ooh, is it then Rakhtadog again? Then that guy?
That's interesting. I mean, granted, in these factions, flying is a lot more common.
Yes.
Double granted, there's a lot of flying things with Aegis.
Eggs, yeah.
It's really, really difficult to say for sure. I mean, I guess if I play this, then, like, next turn I can...
Play the Graviturgist?
Yes, if I don't pull power, and even if I have to play him as power, which I probably do next turn, if I don't pull a sigil.
Yep. Alright, you the 1/4. No, because he would have revealed.
Yep.
Ah, Cyber Hyena.
Alright, well that's Graviturgist fodder.
Just a little more.
It's no longer Graviturgist fodder.
Oh, they put it on that. Hello.
Behold the cosmos.
I would love for them to play a flying unit. I am just gonna sit here and hold on to this dude.
Hyena.
Yep, if they want to spend a spell to, like, not do that, that's fine.
I mean, he's reckless, so he had to
Yeah.
from a card,
Yep.
but
That is pretty good for
he
them.
has to die at some point.
Yep.
Put your own Lotus down, like block the
Ooh,
5/4
that is
and
interesting,
make like
yes. I mean, it's the
2/5?
only thing about it is that, like, I kind of can't take the contract.
Sure, yeah, because you want to horn plenty.
But, yeah, like, kind of looking at things that could potentially at least slow them down, I feel like Lotus Instructor is probably where I want to be.
Just a little more.
Like, it feels bad not to take that contract, but I think that's what I want. That's annoying because it will play blocker a lot, but fine.
Well, we can actually murder that.
Oh,
with him.
you are correct. They have a teleport in their hand. I'll be very proud of them. They do? Don't. At least they didn't want to play it.
I help where I can.
That's a little scary. I think I definitely have to play the Cloud Scraper now.
Yeah, and put that 0/6 away.
Yes. Oh god, that's tough. But yeah, I don't think I can afford to take the damage.
Let me in.
We can. It's sad, but we can put the Scorpion down at least.
This is definitely interesting, because, like, they do keep presenting problems that slow me down.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. And if I ever pull power, I will get a 4/4. You don't have teleport. I keep being like... I'm fine with that. That's really expensive. They do keep the card advantage. Like, this is definitely scary. Oh! Oh, they're gonna be so mad.
Choose your side.
Yeah.
They're gonna be so mad.
Just a little more.
Oh, I get to see what that is. Ah, no,
Oh,
they're on
no.
themselves. Okay.
Okay, Horn?
I think it's finally fucking time for Horn.
And you just attack in with the 2/2 in the air?
And
Yeah.
possibly the 4/4, because it will have quick draw.
Oh, yeah, she will.
I mean, I'm kind of in a bit of a scary situation.
Yes, yeah.
Because that 5/4 overwhelm is a lot, but I think I can afford to take a hit here.
I can also, I mean, you
Oh
take...
yeah, it is 4 or less cost.
Oh yeah, it would hit the Horn, yeah. That thing in there is, like, probably a little scary. But
This helps. We now can put all of the beef on the board.
Yes, yes,
And we
yes.
absolutely will. So this has a decent chance. Oh no, it's only 3. It's not 5. 5 is
Okay,
the one
okay.
that grows
That
by
grows-
+4/+4
yeah.
each turn, which is like a fucker.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
He's an issue for sure. I will happily block with these things.
Yeah. We can even block with our 2/5 silence. Oh hey, Calderin.
Took it a moment.
I don't miss.
I know, I'm
Yeah,
thinking, like, do I all in here or not?
Probably not all in, honestly.
I'm really close to just winning.
Yes, that is the thing.
It's a really tough set of, like, things, because it's like, I don't want to die.
I don't know if it was worth
Yeah, that's fair.
3/5, but... Like, we were probably... It's so hard to tell when we don't know what that unit is, and, like, if we went all in and they had some... We
Yeah. Sure.
able to give it enough rough to overwhelm us. I don't even know what we blocked it with.
The Caldarian Captain.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Woo! That was one where the numbers got a little bit too big for me to like actually think about.
Know, it was like, God, we probably won if we went all in because they would have had to make some really bad blocks. But it's so hard to tell when
Yes,
you don't know.
and
what
when
the
you're
stealth
really
unit
close,
is.
it's very easy for something to just come in and slam through you
Yes,
right
and
there,
they
like
had
on the
enough
backswing.
on board that like we would have died in the back, especially if they had charge, and charge is like common in those colors.
Yeah.
We won. It's
We
fine.
did win, and like I feel like I feel like we weren't wrong to just sit there and put them in like I have lethal next turn, you figure it out territory.
Yeah, attacking with like the one in the air, obviously, and then the one that they can't block very well,
Yep.
and then
Yeah, that one would get guaranteed quick draw blocks, and that's fine.
and then asking them if they can get past all your chuffed.
Yep. And then next turn you do the all-in once you've forced either some bad trades or to the point where they just can't block everything. So like I think the correct move was just the flying one and the quick draw one. And then sit there and be like, you're not going to get through all this beef.
Yeah.
And next turn I will swing all in. Praxis, baby!
All right. Do this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Bannerman lets me
yeah,
play Searing Fist.
yes,
I get the
yep,
Arachnodon
yep,
out.
yep.
I have all of my influence.
I was gonna be like, no, and then I saw the Bannerman, and I was like, yes!
Bannerman.
Like, yes,
You
better
know, the guaranteed turn
Ooh,
4
Noble
4/4
Mane.
feels pretty nice as well.
Noble Mane's pretty alright.
Perfectly good, both early and late. You love to see it.
Alright, Bannerman, give it that fire.
Pledge my
Bannerman.
Bannerman.
Alright, one more power, please. Although we'll take
Bannerman.
anything below 5 cost.
How about 5 costs?
That's 5 cost.
Consider 5 costs.
Fine, we can afford to
Yep.
just sit. Power! Give us a power!
I will play any of my inscribed cards instantly, so we are effectively playing a 19 power deck right now. We have a pretty good chance of pulling power.
Look at what is written.
That's power.
We will not take this, because I obviously am about to get this. I would love Hoof Stomp.
Yes.
I'm like, do I Searing Fist this? And I feel like I probably don't until I need to.
I feel like we wait.
Until it gets in the way of something.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, if they're gonna slow play, I probably do throw this next turn. Like, definitely throw that. I think I kill this turn and just slam into them
Yep.
for 8 damage. And then I have Horn of Plenty and Calderon Captain behind it. Like, Searing Fist is a card that does not feel good to play on a 1/1. But I should have played that. But probably just
I
slam,
think
right?
you slam.
Like, I can see what
that's
it is.
8 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, they kill one of our little things. They killed him, but like, we get Calderon Captain next turn, so it's like, go nuts, dude.
They're at 5 health.
Yeah, I have knocked them down to 5, and I'm going to be getting even more attack going through in a moment. My grandfather's axe has no bad cards.
Are in here?
If they don't have an answer, I win.
It's heavy axe, yeah. That's 7.
All right, that's 7-1.
That's 7. Told you when I say it's great, when you say it, jinxes it. I don't know if it was on stream. It might have been before stream, but I was like, yeah, let's get 7 wins again. And he was like, don't do it. And I'm like, when I say it's great, when you say it's jinx, and turns out...
You're completely correct. It's difficult for me to disagree with these results.
Right. 7 wins.
All right, now I have to keep it. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this in the spreadsheet or not. But now I kind of have no choice, and I'm going to go tell the guy who keeps the 7 wins that I have acquired
You have, in fact,
a 7-win deck.
slammed in.
I am going to continue to add myself to the spreadsheet. And Praxis win crate is very funny. 16 power, 3 inscribes, gold at the end, and 8. Alright, so that went decently. It's only been an hour and we have a 7-win deck. I guess we'll do another draft, and we'll draft Argenport and we'll go really badly. I mean, I will say, for like, you know, we started that off and we were like, okay, the deck did fine against people who didn't have enough, who like, droughted on power.
And then I just
Like,
won, then I just kept winning.
That deck actually had some serious power behind it. Sure, we're playing Elysian. I'll make it work somehow.
Are you curious?
I mean, that's pretty fucking nutty.
Hey, buddy.
That's like really, really good because it's a 5/5 flying endurance that also lets you put the best draw card in the game
Yeah.
on top of your deck.
By
take it to the Cloud Scraper.
Honestly, by the time you're at 6, like, how many
Yes.
cards do you
You
have
would
in
this
your hand?
the debt you will take on from that will often be pretty negligible. This is probably one of the best cards just in terms of sheer power in the entire format. Like in all of draft,
Well,
I would
hope we
guess.
see another Cloud Scraper, because he's also a good boy.
Yep.
We do like.
He sure is. All right. I feel like Magnetize isn't good, but it's also not bad. All right, in terms of like all cards in this, it's like Breach the Defenses and Graviturgist are good, but color things, as is Rhombus Challenge, are good, but like all dual color. Hell, Unseen Marks. Every dual card in this pack is really good. In terms of the single cards, like, they're basically all filler. This is a very funny pack. I might take Magnetize because I'm gonna play Kyriox in this deck. I don't give a shit. I've already won 7. I can go all 3. Jotun Smellhammer's really good. Very happy to see that. Let's see. Dismantle and Mature Avarax are decent filler. Yeah, Expensive Permafrost is still Permafrost. That's a very good way to look at it. Carnosaur Beta is really good. Warrior Monk's really good. Find the Moment is quite good, obviously. Dardamus Iceblade is also pretty good. I think I take Carnosaur here. Double check that I am trying to make Elysian happen here. And, like, be pretty happy about my first 4 picks, including a Jotun Spellhammer and a Carnosaur
You're not
Beta.
taking our Yeti boy.
No.
Oh.
I haven't really like looked at disciplinary studies. Yup, it's bad.
It's
All right, let's try Pathfinder's pretty easy here. Zoltan Ambassador is like not the worst when I have a Kyriox the All-Seeing. It's not good. It's
No.
2 cost 1/1. But you know, there is actually a hero in my deck, which is more than the average draft deck has. Lotus
easy
Instructor.
Lotus Instructor.
Shit. Yeah, it's actually like between Lotus and Carnosaur, so it's like not easy, but given that it's the second one.
Yes, we already
and
have one.
I have a decent
but
top
yeah,
end,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it is the pick. It's always, when you see a Carnosaur Beta, it's always worth asking at the time of day. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna take a Hoof Stomp. There's always a
Yes,
chance that
there's-
we
yeah, we
split the
splash
difference.
it,
And, like,
yeah.
it's... Like, consider that this is a playable Shadow card that has 2 influence in it, which means that you would never play it in a deck that wasn't, like, Shadow, whereas this is a better fire card with only 1 influence requirement on it, which means that if things fall right, I will happily put that in the deck.
Take the boy.
Ooh, yeah, I think so. Torgov's Words is good, but there's a decent chance we see it again. Dardamus is actually a very good 3-drop because, like, the only downside is the doubles. Because giving 1 health to all of your shit is just pretty good. I mean, if this is a 2/2 flying charge, you feel pretty happy about that. Alright, Lost in Thought is fine.
Inscribe, it'll do.
There's like
Now.
3 separate inscribed time spells that I am all like, yeah, that's fine, sure. Fire Sale! Oh, that's such good art.
Excellent.
I love the art in Eternal. It's so good.
Purge Instinct. Apprentice Mage.
This is actually quite interesting. Because like Predator's Instinct is obviously quite good. Apprentice Mage is a 2-drop, which of course we currently have none of.
And Ramp.
It's Ramp, which helps us get up to Kyriox, baby! I think I take him because Saddled Serasaur is both better and more
Better
common
colors, yeah.
than Predator's Instinct, like,
Yeah.
in the packs that it's in. So,
Yeah.
like, we have a card that fulfills this role that is better than it actually exists, and this is, like, a really good card.
That's a good bear right there.
Yeah, the art's a little difficult to see unless you are, like, zoomed in on it like this, and I'm sure the bitrate on the stream still makes, like, this tiny little window you get not amazing. But in general, I like the art in Eternal quite a lot. You can tell they're always having quite a lot of fun.
Hey, Torch.
Torch!
There's Yeti Snowslinger. He's always a solid
I'm
boy.
pretty happy with Yeti Snowslinger. I'm like, Torch kind of makes the urge to splash stronger and is certainly, like, worth splashing for. If I was splashing fire, I would happily do it for a Torch.
Is Dormant Sentinel any good?
Dormant Sentinel is good if you do not have any other, like, top end in your deck.
Okay.
Or at least if you're a time deck, you want at least a decent amount of top end in your deck. So, like, if you only have the 1 Carnosaur Beta, like, I would say the way that we are, I would probably pick a Dormant Sentinel if we were in the 3rd pack decently far down, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get enough things to make this chufty enough. I think given how early we are, like, we don't have to worry about it too much. So basically, if you're gonna pay 7 cost for something, it's really gotta be worth, like, a decent amount. Beta's an exception because it has Inscribe. Inscribe changes the math completely at all times.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, oh, this is actually quite tough, because Yeti's like a really good card that I really want to have in a deck like this. Torch is also just a really good card that I really want to have in every deck that I ever play.
I think we take the Yeti.
I think it's safer to take Yeti. Again, I am actually just trying to force Curiox here, and I think that this is a bit more on
You know,
brand with
I
that.
feel like we've gotten some good...
Oh, with this is actually a really solid Elysian deck so far. Like, in terms of low-power Elysian cards, I probably think it's like Nascent Wings, and that's about it. I would happily play just about all the other Elysian cards in this deck.
Taking the Yeti Spy.
Oh, I hate Yeti Spy. Is it better than Bolster? Is it better than Manufactured Force? Like, there is Daring Maneuver there. There's also Blitzstone. I'm not totally sure which of these two I would take in a vacuum. Of course, Elysian can have a little bit of trouble killing things early on, but not huge amounts. That's kind of tough. I don't rate Yeti Spy very highly at all because he almost never gets to draw a card. But I might still take him again to commit to the bit.
Yep, fair.
I might also just take a Blitzstone.
We could take a Blitzstone or two, yeah.
Like, it's over a Yeti Spy. I really don't feel that bad about it.
Hey, Lightning
Ooh, that's
Strike.
interesting. Yeah, wow. Like, Lightning Strike, Healer's Cloak, and Bold Adventurer are all
Infiltrate
reasonable.
is when they hit your face, do something.
Yes. When this card hits face, get an effect once.
Once, yes. So, if you hit your face on turn 2, normally what happens is you play him turn 1, you hope
Then
they
your
don't
opponent
play
has nothing to
something,
do.
You slam in, you get a card.
And then otherwise, he's basically useless.
There's much better infiltrate effects. There's there's that 2/3 guy that gets deadly and quick draw on
Yep,
infiltration.
Gorgon
There's the,
Swiftblade is a classic one.
your
There's Lethrai
favorite-
Ranger, my favorite
His
card.
favorite, Lethrai Ranger gets +2/+2 when it hits
I
face.
think that this is Lightning Strike.
Yeti Snowslinger's one, right? It gets a snowball?
Yes, Yeti Snowslinger is a much better version of Yeti Spy because it is a 2/2, which means that you play it down and it can actually do things on the board. And when you hit their face, it still draws a card. It's just that card is Snowball. It turns out that, like, Snowball is a pretty good card to have, especially in draft. So, like, if you look at Yeti Spy versus Yeti Snowslinger, it's a really interesting case study because it's not immediately obvious why, like, I'm super happy to have a Yeti Snowslinger in a draft deck, and I will almost never put a Yeti Spy in my deck. But it is actually valid. I think I'm taking Lightning Strike
Yeah,
here.
let's do the Lightning Strike. I mean, especially since the fire is a E.
Yes. Tower Top Patrol
Yep,
is better
yep,
than
very good.
Teleport and better than Snowslinger, and I'm not exactly heavy on the 4s
No,
here. And
no.
Tower Top Patrol is just an amazing card in
Yeah.
general. Like, it blocks so well until you get your big scary shit down.
Bicycle Marksman.
Bicycle Marksman or Yeti Bully. Yeti Bully is also bad, but it is like a ping. It's like a bad version of that Cub, except like you don't have to use it exactly when you like play it down.
You know what card this deck wants?
What card does this deck want?
Horn of Plenty.
You're right, it really would. It would love a Horn of Plenty right about now. The big thing about Icicle Marksman is that a 1/3 for 4 is awful, and
Oh,
1
terrible.
damage when you play a spell is like
It's garbage.
nothing.
So create and draw is specific, it makes the card. So, like...
But yes, it is specifically worded that way because of draw a card effects.
Yes.
Every card that does that does add a snowball, or like add a card to your hand, like out of the ether, does say create and draw, and that is because drawing is a verb that can be acted upon in this game. There are a lot of keywords that do that. Horn Vorlung's quite good.
Yep, he's a good boy.
Oh,
False Prince!
you fucking love to see it.
False Prince!
I wasn't gonna say it, but I was kind of hoping that we would get a False Prince. All right, this is a pick where I feel perfectly happy
that's-
taking a Dormant Sentinel.
Perfectly cromulent.
I-
Alchemical
okay.
Blast.
So this is interesting. Alchemical Blast is a card that is probably one of the biggest, it really depends on your colors, cards in the game.
Yes, if you're fire,
You do not
you
need
don't
it.
care.
There are better cards that
you have
exist in the
Stomp,
format.
You have Torch. You have
that will do
Searing Fist.
its job for cheaper. And it's worth noting that Primal is kind of the second color on this list. Primal does have a lot of damage. Time has absolutely no direct damage whatsoever. So I feel perfectly happy taking that, and there is a chance it makes the deck. I feel like it doesn't get the like attention that it should. So what the fuck are
Deadly
you?
Stealth. When you take damage or play another unit with stealth, reveal it to gain 5 health.
Weird. It does have deadly,
It does
which
have
is
deadly,
kind of the
yep.
thing that like makes its stats not nearly as bad as
Yep.
they kind of look.
Sticky Fly Trap.
Sticky Fly Trap is fairly good. It is basically,
Slams them into the ground.
yes, it's kill a flying unit in the air when they attack in, haha. And it's also a 3/3 for 3, which is a really good stat line. Serpent Trainer is one of my perennial favorites in draft because 4/4 flying in stats is really good. It's even spread across 2 things, even when 2/2 of that is delayed. Serpent Trainer is one of those cards that can kind of just end games. I'm not totally sure what I want to pick here. Because these are actually all cards that I would be happy to have in the deck. Right now we've got 1, 2, 3 3-drops, one of which I'm kind of whatever on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but actually 3 4-drops, all of which are quite good.
Yep.
This is interesting.
Flying Healer seems interesting.
It
Serpent
definitely
Trainer seems really good.
is, yeah. Serpent Trainer is just always been a good card, and it will always continue to be. It's almost like, though, this deck has a lot of big stuff, and it just, if it gets there, I should win. Serpent Trainer is kind of more of kind of belongs in our last deck.
Yes.
Like, if you're playing Skycrag, you love Serpent Trainer because you will be hitting face, and it just hits face. These are a bit more defensive, and that probably fits in a bit more if we're playing Kuriox Control.
Yeah, I kind of like Frontline Healer.
Frontline Healer is definitely interesting. We want to pull out some more stealth, so like it kind of has to happen in this pack if we do.
Especially
but
when you take damage.
true,
as
we
well.
actually do. We will get the 5
So if
health.
someone slams in, you get.
We
you get
essentially
5 health.
negate an
Yeah.
attack from them and then have a deadly
Yeah.
unit down. I think I like
And
that.
it's a 3/2, so it's slightly less pingable.
Yes, it can also attack in if you really need it to.
All of that. Blows.
Bolster her Cobalt Ring.
Alright, none of them are good.
Envelop is not a card. I think Cobalt Ring is slightly more of a card than Bolster. Bolster is the sort of card that you will lose a game to it once in a blue moon, but that doesn't make it good. All of the ring cards are kind of bad. The only one that's an exception is Emerald Ring, and that's only in a format where the power level, where like that is slow enough for Emerald Ring to be played. But Cobalt Ring might be the second best ring. I'm not totally certain. I only really rate Emerald Ring to be honest.
Do you wanna? Yeah, he's fine. You
want
actually want a Battle
We get the Battle Eyes Elite, and we feel very happy about that since
Yeah.
like our
Rebel Illuminator, I hate her.
Rebel Illuminator is a motherfucker
I
of a card.
silence her.
She was even worse when Torch was fast.
Yeah.
All right, Hackedon Egg or
Egg.
Yeti Snowslinger, because I do like both of those. Snowslinger is obviously another 2. And I think that might be where I want to be. Like, I definitely don't want there are fast enough decks in this format. If you play a Battlefield Dasher down on me turn 1, and I don't have a 2-drop, there's a decent chance that I lose that game.
Yeah.
I would like I would be happy to play Interactedon Egg in this deck, but I also don't feel like it's necessarily, like, required. I think the low end is kind of where I want this deck to be. I need to survive long enough.
Oh, Nurturing
Nurturing
Sentinel.
Sentinel's
There we go.
really good in
Perfect.
this deck. This is kind of similar to the last deck. We're super happy to
Rolling Fog
see
is like,
Nurturing
has always
Sentinel.
gotten way more value than you
I
feel like it
know,
should.
right? I Fresh Recruit is weird. Like, the 2-1s for 1, there's a whole lot of them in the game, and I think they're all kind of bad. Rolling Fog, a 2/3 for 3, feels like it shouldn't be good, but I've done so much work with it in the past. It also does have some stuff with...
You want a Yeti Spy? You want a Yeti Spy?
All right.
Do you
So
want
would
to
I like to pay 2 to draw a card, or would I like to pay 1 to maybe someday draw a
Probably
card?
not draw a card.
I'm kind of looking at both of these, and I honestly don't know. They're both bad. This late a teleport is not the worst.
Do you wanna?
Yeti Spy is better than Envelop.
Do you want a Yeti Spy?
Ooh, these are actually both fine. This late in the pack, especially. I have trouble valuing Ridgeline Watcher. I don't think we really have anything to buff it, which is probably the biggest point against it. This can kind of help me continue to stall until Kyriax happens and hopefully wins me the game.
Yeah.
I think it's First Frost. We don't actually have any 5s right now.
You always
hate,
funny. Like, killing First Frost too. It just feels so bad.
Yes.
It's 5, so it requires a lot of effort, and it gets you -3 on something else. It feels bad.
Ooh. Ooh.
Terrax mode. Yeah. Give something 1+1+1 and fly.
Hey, you know what was the best Acolyte in the cycle of Acolytes?
Do you want a 2/3 flying unit on turn 2? You do, don't you?
Alternatively, do you want a 5/5 flying Aegis unit on turn 7?
Yeah, right?
But yeah, so like Cobalt Acolyte was the best Acolyte in draft because you can give big things flying. Teriax Mount is the best of this cycle, which this is actually also one of, for the exact same reason. Flying is such a good keyword in draft, especially on cards that aren't supposed to have flying. Lord Thundrock's really good. Warrior Monk's really good. Lotus Instructor's really good. I believe this is Lord Thundrock.
Yeah.
He is an inscribed card.
Yes.
He is.
He can make another huge.
And he
thing
makes
on
another
the board.
huge unit. Like you get so much value out of Thundrock, and
Yeah,
like
even if all he's hitting is a
consider-
1/1, that's another blocker.
consider Tower Top
Another
Patrol, a
1/5,
card called
yeah.
Tower Top Patrol. Why not play a 5/5?
Yeah. Oh, you can
Because
add units
it
to
is the
health.
health,
Right.
yes.
Yeah. Oh God, that's nutty.
It's like I would
First
love
Frost
both
Shaman,
of these.
you know, you
yeah.
get the
Oh
5/5.
Jesus, you could get an 8.
Yeah.
The First Frost Shaman. Oh yeah, it's one of your other units. But then hey, fuck it, play it on Tower Top Patrol. Then play Lord Thundrock. This deck is actually kind of
Oh,
baffin'.
Slowpoke Evil versus Chloric Mix. No.
Versus Marison's Legacy.
Marison's
This is
Legacy.
actually really tough.
Oh no.
I feel like it is probably going to be Chloric Mix, but I really need to take a look at like what the removal situation is right now.
Yeah,
like,
let's kill the Eavesdrop.
we have
for
Magnetize,
sure.
we have Lightning Strike.
I imagine
We are playing
fire,
pure.
yeah.
We have a lot of doubles right now.
Yes, yes.
And of course, Kyriax the All-Seeing on top. It's not too bad to get 2 of a faction by turn 5. It's really hard to get 2 of 2 factions by turn 5. Anyway, so this is what our deck is looking like right now. I think I need the Chloric Mix because my only actual removal is Lightning Strike.
Yes.
Kind of in the entire deck right now. So
Yes.
yeah, I think I need to take... I like Snow Peak Eagle.
Oh, yeah.
There's a decent chance we see more of it. I like Marison's Legacy. Our deck is actually perfectly fine at the top right now. I am a little bit worried about Lightning Strike and Magnetize and maybe sometimes Teleport and Alchemical Blast as our removal sleep. Chloric, yes! Yeah!
Cloud Scraper, yes!
Oh, I want Kyriax's Hunt
Hunt!
quite badly, but I think it's Cloud Scraper.
Shit.
But God, like, invoking my colors and removal, that's actually really tough.
Oh God, take Kyriax Hunt.
Kyriax Hunt is probably the more fun Howard card. I feel so bad because I would
love him.
love to play
I
a
know,
deck
we
with
want
2
him.
Cloud Scrapers in a night. This does continue to shore up. Like, this probably allows me to cut the Alchemical Blast and maybe the Teleport.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was talking about how Saddled Serasaur was a better version of Predatory Instinct.
Yeah.
Kyriax's Hunt, since getting buffed, is also a better version of Predator's Instinct.
Yep.
All right. Things.
Probably. Oh.
Decent chance it's the Spellhammer. Skillhide's interesting. Because, like, this is a much better card to play as a card. They are obviously equivalent as Inscribes. We have 1 billion units right now.
Yes.
We also have a lot of big stuff.
Yes.
It does feel really bad to play Scalehide as a card a lot of the time,
Yep, yep.
but it can potentially save a unit. And, like, force a trade. Like, we have a lot of fairly large stuff that can take a Scalehide decently. This is difficult just because, like, I would almost never cut a Jotun Spellhammer, and, like, it is objectively a way better card than Scalehide. But Scalehide might help me get to, like... God. But it is also, like, if I take the Jotun Spellhammer, I can probably cut the Dormant Sentinel and feel really good about that. This is actually really tough.
This whole draft has been real tough.
I know, but, like, in a really good way.
Thordrick's Ruse is actually, like, pretty good for us.
Sardrock's Ruse is decent. Inscribe Ice Over is also actually surprisingly good. Us getting Aegis protects us from stuff like Horn Stomp. Hoof Stomp.
Horn Stomp.
Horn Thomp.
Horn Stomp.
And it does stop a big unit from being able to block or attack in and kind of stuff like that. So I might take the Ice Over. It's definitely a weird one. Like, neither of these are primo, but I think this is probably better. Because, again, Inscribe is always better than your brain thinks it is. Vow of Silence is perfectly fine. Or let's try Pathfinder. Probably Trick Throw, because, like, you two are gone. We're at 22 units. Not potentially all of them amazing, but a lot of them are actually really good. So I think more removal's good. I think I'm taking that to second Trick Throw. I don't know if it's going in. We actually have a buttload of Inscribe in this deck, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I think I feel pretty okay taking another Trick Throw here. Dismantle's probably my least favorite of that set of...
Warning shot, warning
Woo!
shot. Woo!
Oh,
Well,
we
there's
got our...
Scalehide.
That was another piece of it. That Scalehide is the card that I'm going to see again. Alright, I have to piss. I will be back, and we will play this as fast as we can, but we'll probably still draft for 3 hours.
Right click to kill a card.
Left click kills it. Right click, I think, adds.
I don't think you want a Cobalt Ring. Gonna stay that for, Why, yeah, you bullying. We don't care about that guy. After that, we get interesting. Let's have a look. How many inscribes? I can spell. Alright, 1, 2, 3 time. 1, 5. 5 primal, 3 time. And more primal. Let's requirements. You've got a lot of things that need two. You need 2 of both, but that's why we have 50 million inscribes. So.
Yes, we will likely end up cutting at least some of the inscribes, but
Yes.
having this many is really, really good for us.
Alright, do we kill the
Alright.
Alchemical Blast? Because Trick Throw is just Alchemical Blast for 4.
Yes, Trick Throw is a better version of Alchemical Blast. It's not fast, but, like, fast is only really good if you can hold up the power for it, and holding up
Yes,
3
3
power for
power is a
Alchemical
lot,
Blast
yes.
is, like...
Yeah.
3 is the exact edge of you can float 3 for a turn as long as you're pretty sure that your opponent is going to do something that lets you spend it. Whereas, like, floating 2 power in draft doesn't feel nearly as bad.
More
Alright.
cuts.
Yes, we are. This is a 15 power deck, guaranteed.
Kill the Yeti Bully.
Yeah,
and
that's
the Cobalt
perfectly
Ring.
fair.
What is
Alright.
Magnetize?
Magnetizes Permafrost for 3.
Right, yeah.
It has a little bit of a bonus to it, but...
Yes, like, oh, my favorite way to break Permafrost is to put my Deep Forge Plate.
Yep.
That
And
would
it's worth
work.
noting that, like, no weapons can,
Yeah, no,
played. You can't even play weapons on other
deck would be
things.
fucked by that card.
Yep. Magnetize is a very funny card, and it's like Permafrost for 3 in draft is still a playable card. The only real downside is that it has 2 influence to it. So okay, if I was gonna cut one
Nascent
unit, it would
Wisps.
probably be Nascent Wisps. We currently have 1, 2,
Oh, yeah, we have
3,
plenty
4,
of,
5 3-drops. So I feel like without it, so I feel pretty okay about
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty. Oh,
Um,
wait, Zoltan Ambassador, our last pick.
Ah, yes. We're at 20 units. I actually feel pretty okay about this. I was probably gonna cut Vow of Silence and Lost in Thought. Like that's teleport. That is silence. They're both inscribed, which makes them way better. All right, as always.
I don't know why it gives you
18
more,
power, baby.
So yeah, 3 times 5 primal, which we still have. So yes.
Wow, yeah, we didn't actually end up cutting any of them. Wow,
Nope.
what a weird deck. All right, so that is 10, 13.
Yes.
So yeah, you're double in the other colors, you're double in the other colors. So okay, we have less time, but we do need the doubles sooner. You have Thundrock, who doesn't matter, and then you have Curiox, the All-Seeing, which means that we do need to have at least some level of balance with the stuff. Magnetize is also double. So on turn 3, we have 2 double primals and 2 double
times,
times, which is fun. I'll probably play it at this for now, relatively even. Leans in on Primal. We are more likely to play Dardamus or Magnetize on that turn than False Prince or Frontline Healer. The only one I'd feel kind of bad about would be False Prince, but that's probably okay. I'm not going to sample hand this because fuck it, let's just play. My sample hands will come when I'm very sad after our first match. Also, like, with this much, no. With this much inscribe,
so
I know,
as-
it would be really good if I had a time.
Yes, if one of those was tiny, would.
Yeah. This isn't great, but it does have ice over.
Yeah,
That's actually fine.
There's 2 inscribes.
Yeah, because I can play him
The only
too.
thing
You
I
can't
can't
play
play
the
is
frontline
him.
healer, but that's okay. He'll still be relevant even after turn 3.
Yep.
And hey, we'll draw time as our first card. That'll be fine. Back. Yep, their second hand. What do you got? Playing Praxis? Kitchen Lattice? So yeah, we definitely play Ice over first. Probably even if this is power. Not fine about that.
Port mix is nice.
Yep, pretty happy about that.
Oh,
Nice.
you wish to spar.
Okay.
Nice ramp.
We can play Lotus Instructor next turn. Like, I do like getting instant value out of that. Hi, Curiox. Need another time quite badly. I probably play Jotun next turn.
Just a little more.
Has power.
Yeah. I could have turned him into a 3/3 to make him a little less fragile, but that does feel a bit meh. If they can kill him this turn, I will have none power.
Easy pickings.
Ooh, that's a little scary.
Anyway. Well, we will play either of those this turn, but we do have 2 attacking.
Boink. They did miss power there. Found it. You get their 4/4.
Just a little more.
Alright. Now it's gonna get Chloric mixed.
That's very nice.
Now we really just need that second
no,
time.
No, it's not nice. I want the time.
We are about to
but
get
we
a very
can-
funny
Hold up. Yeah.
Lightning Strike into Chloric Mix here. So if they only attack with the 5/5, I will just Chloric Mix them. Yo, y'all
Come
want
on,
some
come on,
Primal?
Give time, please. You want primals? No.
I really need them to attack in eventually, but yep, perfect. Okay, that's good. Hey, don't have Indifference. Thank you. Indifference would literally ruin my day right now. Alright.
Yeah, you get slammed in, buddy.
If they pay for his ability, they don't have to attack in with him.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's like really interesting, actually. I can afford this. Next turn I can lightning strike it.
Oh, nice. And actually...
I'm thinking I empty the hand and then play Curiox, right? Like take... Oh yeah, actually we take none dead if we do it. This is interesting. I'm still debating just emptying my hand. Like, play out these things. They'll attack in. If they don't, they have to attack in with him and they lose him.
Yep, yep.
So it's like, it's actually a really good lightning strike here.
Yeah, I mean, that feels good, yep.
I'll keep them alive.
And then we only get 1 det off of it next turn. Okay, attack him by 5/5.
You're not gonna block with it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got overwhelm, so like this probably forces a trade. Or I do 5 damage, and I feel really good about that, because then Curiox ends the game 1 turn sooner. Yeah, this is one of those, like, if I didn't see all of this coming the whole time, if you indifference it, I don't feel that bad.
I mean, that's fine.
Go nuts, dude. Ah, beautiful. I take none debt. Oh no, a dragon's eye for 0 debt. Should have attacked in first. It doesn't really matter. Locked. I think it's this one. Clear the way for Curiox.
Yeah.
Definitely a bit of a weird one, but yeah, it's more health to get through.
A 3/3 is not really doing anything.
Not particularly, no.
Lost.
And it's like now I block with the 2/3. I don't really need the extra power anymore. So honestly, if they do attack in with it, I kind of just swing, don't I?
I feel like they might not. I feel like
Yes.
they might have just done that to save
Yes,
the
to
1/1.
stop him. Like I've basically put a 1 mana cost upkeep cost on them. They are debating it, and I think that is fair because I think that's like, yeah, there's like a lot of paths in this
Do we
game.
just
I am kind of
take
thinking
6
like,
to face for now?
yeah, because we're at 20 health,
Yeah.
and they don't have a fast spell. Oh, weird.
Well, we can silence something.
It's an interesting one. We'll definitely do it, likely on their turn. I think I just go fucking ham, right?
Yeah. I guess it's like, do you silence him so he stops putting quick draw on things?
Possibly.
Because it is +3 in quick draw.
Yes,
is, like,
it's
kinda
definitely a lot of
nuisance.
damage.
And you probably do it now.
Yes,
yeah.
I have to do it now because they'll get to use the
Yeah,
ability.
now
if they
that we
don't.
have
and it's
the
like
5,
it's a
6
1/1.
endurance.
Like they could give it to her, and that would actually be kind of a problem for me.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas now it's like they're threatening 6 damage to me. It's fine. Probably would have done it actually on him, but okay. All right. I guess that makes sense. They block with the 3/3.
Yep.
Revenge.
What gave it away?
You love revenge.
Gave it away.
What gave it away?
No, do not take it.
Okay,
That is an issue.
that's a little scarier.
They are at 2 health. We have big units. I need to draw them. That is a unit.
There's a unit, yep.
As long as I click to make it a unit. That is important. They've made it interesting. I am at low enough health, and they could top deck good cards. It's interesting, because it's like... it's probably not good trades if they do the 3/3 and the 2/2.
Yeah.
I think I just continue to build my board
Yep.
and hopefully just get around them. I mean, I only need one thing to get around them here. They do have a fast spell now. That is worth keeping in mind. Soul Feast. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's a little bad because they're getting health back. This is gonna get interesting. thing.
Oh no.
We're not done yet. We have basically now just left our... They have a second Stone Scar sneak!
Now we're done.
Alright, now we've lost.
Damn.
Wow. Unless...
Yeah, we kind of have to do that, right? We do have 7 power.
That feels good, right?
I honestly don't think anything helps us here because I think they can get around us. But definitely put that down. Well, we can now kill her. Yeah. They do have 4 damage though around us.
Yeah, but there was nothing I could do about that.
Yeah, no, they
Oh,
had us.
man.
That was so close.
I cannot believe they won that. Like, actually.
Oh, no, we really should have.
The 2 Stone Scar sneaks, and they, like, literally just barely got there. I can't feel that bad, though. Like, that was an amazing game. This deck goes 0-3, we already won 7, so... Sometimes you just fucking blast. I'm pretty okay with this. Jotun Spellhammer is almost certainly being played as power, probably on turn.
I'll smash you flat!
Yeah, potentially. But I feel like I probably still play that the way that I do.
Oh yeah, the way that it
I'll
went.
do my
Yeah.
best.
Actually, should have played the Snow Slinger there, but kind of minor. Only if they don't play a unit here. Alright, well, that gets him killed, and that's kind of fine. Serasaur. We can play Kyriox now. Which is, of course, the other part. If we had gotten the influence for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we had
Yeah.
drawn a time sigil instead of a primal,
Yeah.
I won that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, like, pretty fucking heavy. That is just fascinating. I really don't know if I want to block this or not. Probably not. Worth it. Like, they can torch someone, but, like, eh.
They have to kill one of their own relics to do it.
Yes. Very weird one. Sure. You do that 2 damage, Jimmy. Fuck me up. This power? No.
Nope.
Okay. Just wondering.
Nothing gets past me.
They know that that's a rolling fog. I decided not to go with the 1/1. I'd rather have the board here. If they want to spend a spell to make it so this dude lives, that's fine. Yeah. Unfortunately, I took a little damage. Eh, not that bad. That's a lot of card value.
Barricade.
We spend the Isoverse power, right?
Yes.
Power? Oh.
That's power.
Yeah.
I know, I was... Sorry, I was thinking about the rest of the turn.
Okay.
Brain was not in the same place. Now I do block if they want to throw something. Like, if they want to spend even more spells for this, that's fine. In fact, it's actually even better. I'll hold on to the lightning strike because it's only 2 health.
Break the barricade! Break the barricade!
Yeesh. Ah, beautiful. Love to see it. You have Hoof Stomp and a power. Oh, I have Curiox on top of my deck.
We would like Curiox right now.
That's actually quite good. Especially because I can, like, back it up with Lightning
I think
Strike.
they were gonna get... Did they just exhaust? Does it exhaust every ready unit? Ah, correct treasure for each of your units.
Each of your units. Okay, your units get the treasure troves, their units get the,
I'll keep them alive.
Fascinating.
Yeah, that's yes.
That's a lot of words. I don't think I actually knew the card worked that way.
Welcome to my path.
Finish you?
What's he do? That was his.
Terrifying.
Your last draw card. I mean, we do have a deadly unit,
Yes.
which put 6/6 in the air.
We sure fucking do. We still keep up Lightning Strike. You do, in fact, love to see it.
Like I said, we have a deadly unit.
Yep.
So if it swings in, we just walk with it.
Yep.
It
He is
doesn't
not
have
invincible
Overwhelm.
or overwhelm. Yowie. Cunning.
It doesn't
They
have
were threatening
Overwhelm.
lethal.
If we had Overwhelm, that would have been like...
That was pretty scary, like, kind of in general. I'm glad that our deck went off as hard as it did. Our opponents have been pretty high caliber.
Oh, yeah. Excellent name.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's so tough, because it's like, this can help us hold off early.
Yeah.
I can even throw away a power to make a snowball if, like,
Yes,
I don't
yes.
have anything else to do. And it does let me play Curiox if I draw him and one more
Yes.
power. So, like,
Yeah.
this is close, but I'll keep it in hope.
Yeah.
Like, if we flood, we do at least have some flood protection.
Yes,
And that is a big piece of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this deck cares what
Is
power it
Trick
plays
fast?
first. No. Neither is Snowball. It's really good.
Trick throw it?
I kind of want to hit something else and then trick throw and then, like, snowball that.
Yeah. Do we, Terrence Mount?
Probably not. It's interesting, because, like, it would be a 2/4 with Dardamus out,
Air?
but it would slow me down a decent amount.
Well, I guess next turn you might be able to trick throw and then snowball hit.
It's a weird one, yeah. There's a lot of strangeness to it, but I think I can stand pat here. I'm going to take 3 damage, but
Or play Primal Power next turn.
yes, absolutely.
Stand aside.
Yeah, I feel really good holding. I probably transform the Pathfinder here and keep the power. It's a little bit ballsy because, like, you know, pulling more power is a lot, but I do have Carnosaur on the top end.
Yeah, we
and it's
have
not
a
like
bunch.
Pathfinder is, like, amazing. It's decent, and, like, the draw would help us get down to something like Curiox to win the game, but...
I think we turn her into Snowball. That
Yeah,
feels
like, she, out of all the units, she feels pretty okay. Okay, good. You do not, in fact, have a...
good. And then Terrence Mount, and then just get flying.
It's so interesting, because it's like...
Want to hold?
I kind of want to hold, because they're not that threatening
Yeah,
at the moment.
no, we're not doing.
And it's like, it would also make it so that I couldn't play a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play him.
Oh, hi, Helena.
That's definitely pretty scary. Probably.
Does it... I mean, if she's reckless with Prince, it's...
True. Free debt. If I pull something good, then that would be a problem.
We
Alright, Kyriox or bust.
Fly, fly!
Help.
That's pretty good. Alright.
I can bootstrap my way to a Dardamus who is capable of blowing that up. I can also basically just put Lotus Instructor. Don't take the debt here, I can put it on here.
Just a little more.
Both next one, because it's debt, right?
Well, I could do it this turn.
Ah, yes, okay.
If I don't take the debt here.
Okay.
And I'll get a 5/5 in the air.
Yep, yep.
God, I love that. Rawr.
I am ready.
I'm definitely quite scared.
Okay, could we draw something useful deck?
No.
Kyriox off the top rope.
It really is Kyriox off the top right now. Or that Cloud Scraper we didn't take.
Cloud Scraper, or...
On my way.
I'm pretty scared. Okay. Shit.
it kind of just allows us to kill Helena, doesn't
Yes,
it?
which we definitely do.
And the
And then
invoke,
hope that we
yeah.
pull something that kills.
Is it Prince? Oh.
That might be our only hope here. Pray they have no way to give endurance.
be free.
Only 1 damage if I attack. And they could kill Dardamus. Alright, if they can break that permafrost, we lose the videoed game. We might just lose the videoed game.
Yeah, damn.
Yeehaw!
Oh, come on.
Ah, that's life. We got 7 wins. This is what happens.
I know. I'm just like, come
Yeah,
on.
I know.
Dad,
They have-
come
they have
on.
pulled
like,
so good, and we have
3 power in a
pulled
row. We have pulled
Not
like
good.
ass.
Undecisively ungood.
We have another trick throw. We have shit that would help
Trick
us
throw would be
here.
incredible.
It would be so good here. We do have another one in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Kyriox. We have Big Lads.
They should not have attacked in
It's
with this.
trick throw off the top rope or nothing.
Horny Vorlunk. Sometimes it do be like that. I still feel pretty okay about keeping that hand. We came really close there, but their deck was, like, they pulled so good here.
We pulled like ass.
And we
is
pulled
really
so
the thing.
bad. Like, we
pulled,
came really close. That's the thing. They just had just enough gas, and all we had were primal powers. Man, people drafting some good decks.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Terrible.
We're the only people allowed to do that. God, yeah, Helena, that one dude. Valkyrie Cadet's an interesting one, if only because the Inscribe wings are actually pretty nutty. Like, it only makes her into a 3/2 double damage, and it costs 5 to do that, since Chris doesn't get the damage anyway, but, like, that is interesting. I had not really looked at her in this format before now, but that ended up being kind of the straw that broke the camel's back here. I do like the way that they format their tooltips. Like, Where when it's a tutorial thing, the picture that they use for that is a card that is relevant to it. Where Dawn Walker is sort of the original. If you silence this, it's so sad card. How sad. It's so close.
Yeah.
It's only got 2 power, though, so
yeah.
it does not play at all.
Curiox. Nope.
Which is so sad. If it had 3, I would probably take a chance with the Nurturing Sentinel. This
That's
is totally
good.
fine.
That's good.
This is actively good with False Prince. It will either draw
Yep.
removal or be a 5/5 Overwhelm. And I like both of those things. They also went down a card. I feel even better. Yeah, they didn't play a, what's his name? I guess any one cost. I was like, if they played Battlefield Dasher, I would have felt so sad. They weren't even in those colors.
Oh, that's 6 power without Carnosaur.
Pretty smexy.
What gave it away?
What gave it away? Decent chance this gets pinged into a frog, but I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
Power Top Patrol behind it is quite good. And I mean, if they don't...
Oh man, Power Top Patrol or Darius? Dartimus.
Probably Dartimus, just because like I'd rather keep the active power while I can.
Yep.
But I click Sigil there. I do try to force myself to actively think
Well,
about what I
when
need.
he's a frog, he'll be a 1/2
True.
frog.
And a 1/2 frog is better than a 1/1 frog. Alright.
But we do actually have enough power for. Do we use the inscribe?
What I might do is play power this turn and then next turn
next
play the
turn
vow,
use the
since of
Inscribe?
course
Yeah,
it won't
yeah.
really affect it right now. And if
Yep.
I do need an active power, or if I do need like a silence, then
Yes. Yes.
so you know I'll keep the option open basically.
Yeah.
Give me Thundrock.
But now
And that's
actually
why
just-
I don't
yeah.
play the Inscribe right away. Sometimes
Oh,
situations
right.
change.
It can attack.
Yeah, I'm
Or-
kind of between them. Like, it's 1 damage,
Yeah.
which could make a difference. We're, like, at high enough health that I don't care about taking 4, but it is also only 1 damage.
Yeah.
I'd probably just hold on to it.
What if he got?
It's pretty good. Probably silence something here. I don't know if it's him. It would leave them with a 4/4, and they might have something bigger.
Does no one block with the 1/6?
I probably should have, but I also didn't want to lose it.
Ah, yeah, they have.
They have a lot of power up. They don't seem to have a trick. Now I'm like, do I silence this? Might do. I mean, I'll have a 5/5, so I don't really care that I'm removing the thing from it.
Well, he can't actually attack.
Yeah,
when you
it's-
have the 5/5 down.
It's all weird, honestly. I'll probably see. Ah, that's quite good,
Ooh,
actually,
yeah,
to use on that.
Corvix.
Yeah, he can't currently attack. They figure out a way to remove that, which they might. That's fine. That pulls more removal out and presumably sends him back. They cut ties him. It won't feel great, but it will. He will come back. I'm saving the silence for whatever they gave the lifesteal to. Or at least I will evaluate the options.
Yeah. I do have.
That's really good.
Oh, that's spicy.
That's good as hell. I love that. Holy shit.
That is a spicy move.
That's smart and good looking. Of course, yeah, he's gonna come back even smaller.
I must fight.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah, you do.
Feel like I silenced that just to, you know, suss it out. Wow!
Wow.
I mean, on the plus side, I think that means the chloric mix hits, so there is that.
Ow.
But also, wow, I don't think I've seen those before. It is a rare.
Yeah, and again, it's steal it and play it. Wow.
Nutty.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess if we'd actually done it with the chloric
Yes.
mix, they would have had
It
a
would have been
chloric
worse.
mix. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Holy
No!
shit!
The tricks are slow, right?
It sure is. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, we got
This is what we deserve.
bullied.
This is what we deserve.
Oh, we don't deserve to get this body.
Holy fuck.
Fuck.
I'm in awe. Holy shit. Here we sit, waiting for someone to pick something big enough. Do I find Curiox or do you find your feathers?
We've already, like, found something.
That's right, baby, I'm back.
Well, that'll dig, at least.
I want to be playing this power a bit aggressively.
We've drawn so much power, there must be very little of it left in the deck.
Exactly,
Come
we've got
on.
nothing but gas. The deck will continue to get larger until
Honestly,
morale
even
improves.
with Curiox, even with that, like, the deck is meaningless to us at this
Oh,
point.
100%,
That 11
yes.
power.
At this point, we're really just hoping they don't pull Harsh Rule.
Gosh.
Certainly intriguing. Probably, yeah. Just the biggest, manliest unit we can. Alright, so you're kind of irrelevant as a blocker at this point. I might as well start pinging for some damage. Or at least unnecessary is probably the better. Yeah, buddy! I'm so unthreatening that it's not worth using whatever removal you have on me. Sure. Lifesteal is a problem. We just need them to drain all of their removal before we get Curiox out.
Come on, Curiox. Okay, well, we can discard the power. Draw more power.
Hey, that does mean that we don't get that power. That is a draw further. That is a draw closer to Curiox.
Like, I don't even know how many inscribes we... Like, a lot of this was just raw power.
Basically, yeah.
We only have like 15 of that.
Yeah. Oh, don't highlight that.
No, that's scary.
That's fine, though. I mean, that's not the unit you want to play that on.
I'll smash you flat!
We have made none progress. On the plus side, neither have they.
We have aerial things as well, I think.
What we really need is Curiox's hunt.
Yeah. You a thing in this?
I don't think it is. I mean, they'll almost certainly get something out of this, but I don't really know what.
Kill an exhausted enemy is great. They didn't have to, like,
Yeah. I guess it was just if I blocked with a big thing on the ground, they would have done
yeah,
that.
they would have, like,
Which
killed
is
it.
perfectly
yeah.
fair.
How much power can we have left in this deck?
How much power can one deck contain?
18 cards left?
Well, that's good.
Okay, so we can stun
That's
the
actually quite
7/5,
strong
right?
here.
Negate it? Ah.
They've been sitting on that for a bit.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yep.
Boom! Shot from above.
That's a problem.
Yep, that does threaten to kill us.
Curiox, please.
He does exist.
Does he? You might as well know he's in the bottom third of our deck.
There's literally no reason not to do that. I mean, I guess it's if we can kill it.
I'll smash you flat!
We have 3 turns.
Ah, we have none turns.
We have none turns. Yeah.
We were
We
doomed.
were doomed. We weren't pulling Curiox, which was the only thing that could have won us that.
Yep. And they had 42 health by that point, so
Oof.
like, I don't think Curiox would have won us that game. All right, well, sometimes you get them, sometimes they get you.
We got some really bad beats.
Those
there.
were some
We-
bad. Our
we
opponents were playing really good
But,
decks, and
like,
we were
to be fair,
playing
I'm like, was there anything other than Curiox?
Curiox that could have given us a chance. I don't think so. I mean, like, there was a chance before, like the fact that they were able to keep that 6/4 alive for as long as they did. We hit that with like 3 separate pieces of removal, I think,
Yeah.
because it was like, first we tried to silence it,
Yeah, we don't have another thing in the air.
then we
Yeah.
tried to chloric mix it, and then we tried to...
Well, the frontline healer's deadly.
Yeah, he was like the one thing that could have given us any sort of chance there. But yeah, then we tried to fight it like some other way and still lost it. Like they literally
Yeah.
had perfect counters to all of our
Removal, yeah.
for it. Like we tried to magnetize it and then
Yes,
they aegis
and then
it.
they
Like
aged it.
sometimes your opponent just has literally everything to beat you, and sometimes it do be like that. All right, well, hey, we did get our requisite 7 wins, so at least there's that. It's a shame that this deck didn't do better, but I feel like every time I get a bomb legendary like this is how it goes.
Yeah, the deck goes
It's like,
like
the deck is
0-1,
perfect,
right?
so I'm finally ready to play this card, and then our opponent just draws amazingly. All right, well, we will be back on Sunday with more Golden Sun. That's what we're playing.
Yep.
My brain is so frazzled after this week, but it came out good, so it's all good. All right, we will see you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye,